restarted the stream. Maybe actually get the game up again. Hopefully it's saved where I was at.
Yeah, at the very least, it should have saved all of the all the connections you made up until
Yeah.
it says now you need 3 more, or however many.
Yeah. Okay. Should be back.
Let me reload the player. There we go. I've got visuals.
Awesome.
And audio. Yep, we are good.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Don't know what happened there, but alright.
Well. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Connectivity issues.
I don't remember what my thing looked like. I still got the new stuff though, so that's good. Okay.
Okay. Okay, good. So it looks like it was keeping most of it. Let's see. Okay, I did the periodical stuff for Jim Roottrees. You already have it, I remember that much. But I misremembered because it said something about when Diamond walked in on Clark in bed with her youngest sister, everything exploded, no more family band. So James wasn't unfaithful, but Clark made a mess.
Oh, okay. Which makes sense because Clark seems to be the one that
Can't keep it in his pants.
right. can't can't just stick with somebody.
Yeah.
And Jane is
One of the 3 sisters.
yeah.
So I did have to look up Diamond LaRue separately. So
Okay.
they had this thing about being called the Lucky LaRues, the 3 sisters who took on their father's record company, I believe.
Okay.
And so it should be Diamond, then Jane. Well, actually, I don't know if Jane is older, but Kim is definitely the youngest.
Okay. Don't know if we have a spot for her though.
Not yet, but I'm taking a wild guess.
Okay. Where you gonna put her?
Oh, so for where Clark is,
Mm.
it's according to his mom's stuff. It sounds like Danielle was the first spouse, Jane LaRue's the second.
Right.
I'm gonna guess he then got together with the last sister,
Surely
Kim.
not.
Listen, this man's a hot dumpster fire.
Surely
I'm not moving
not.
past him. The reason why I also say this is because he's Rafferty. There are
Right.
3 more Raffertys on the list.
Oh. Interesting. Dang, running through the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes,
don't.
sir.
I. I don't know how I'd feel about that if I was the last sister to be picked on. I'd be like, hey, this isn't working out, you know?
This is fucking terrible. How
that would
dare
make
you?
that would make family reunions so awkward.
Yeah, listen, he's part of the free spirit generation. It
Well,
kind of
we don't
makes
want to be
sense.
that free spirited.
Apparently he does. He can't keep it in his pants. He has to go through all the sisters. Man's just a
So,
dumpster fire.
would he be? So we've got Danielle, Jane. So would Kim be the one underneath that, or would Kim be the last one?
I think Kim would be the next spouse in that line, the one he actually marries.
Okay. So who's the one underneath Jane?
The one underneath Jane, that kid, I'm guessing, is Chris Rafferty.
Okay.
And I say that because when we looked up the root tree curse, and we got that crazy guys like Red Mayan Skulls
Right.
conspiracy page, there was someone who had emailed him and it said Chris Raff at something or other.
Oh, right.
So that's my guess, is that he contacted that guy to take down these weird accusations, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and he's a Rafferty. So
Okay.
I also come to that conclusion because the last two Raffertys, Jessica and Katrina, are hyphenated as Rafferty LaRue.
Oh, so they'd be at the bottom.
So they would be at the very bottom, is my
Okay.
guess. Like maybe he finally settled down and was like, okay, this sister I want to grow old with.
Yeah. I'll just
Or
pop their
she,
names in. I don't know what order, but
yeah,
okay. Interesting.
yeah, right. Chris is, well, okay, sorry. Clark is a hot mess.
Yeah.
He needs to stop. Now, he's the one that they should have taken out of the damn trust, but no. Nah, it's fine. If the older generations can go ahead and be, terrible, the younger
Yeah.
generations get their chance to.
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to find where I saw that email.
That was on the Crazy Guys website, right?
Yep, and trying to see if I wrote it down, but I may just have to go through my history. Chris Raff,
You can
75 at
look.
Prodigy.
Yeah, if you look up Roottree Curse on Spider Search, it'll bring it up.
Yeah. So now that makes me wonder. So Chris Raff 75 at prodigy.us. I want to find out what Prodigy is.
Oh, right. That's a good idea. It's an ISP that offers email services and web hosting. Customers choose a unique screen name, then Prodigy automatically creates them an email address and a simple website. Not everyone with the service makes a website, but if they do, you can usually find it by searching for their screen name.
Okay, so
Oh,
he must
so
be
Chris.
IT? No. Web? No.
So if we look up Chris Raff 75, yep, you find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 97, on Prodigy that lists the author's email. Below a bunch of gifts that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first is a painting captioned Me and My Fiance, which is spelled wrong, Lulu. Ah, a painting I did from my first year of college that I plan to give to her when we get married in May. Go Tartans. There's an odd
Oh.
collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The company's artist statement says we had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose, so I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, he swims for Yukon, and Bethany's yearbook picture. She's Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who is an only child. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. Download a new application, PixPop, to edit the photos.
Oh,
Cool.
snap.
I get to do something.
Good find.
Ooh, that's terrifying looking.
Hey, we got a picture of Rafferty at least.
Yeah. Oh, they're cute.
They're kind of cute together.
So, Lulu. Where is Chris on here? Lulu. Louisa?
Art. So, I'm gonna go with Louisa. Yeah. I cannot confirm that he is an artist, but I mean, all we got is the art of Rafferty.
Yeah, we can try that. Artist. Nothing's locked in yet, so maybe not.
Be
we'll
better
see.
than your father, Chris.
He's adorable.
He is adorable.
All
It's like
right.
he's a teenage heartthrob.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at this like scramble picture then.
Yeah. Let's see.
Pixpop. Best free photo editor. Oh, I hate slide puzzles. I suck at them. Oh,
Oh no.
it's not a slide puzzle. You just click it.
Hey, you just click it to see if you can get it to match up at the right proportions.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
I don't know if I like it.
that's
That's worse than a slide
I.
puzzle.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Try and get the eyes and nose to match. I think it gets a little easier after that.
Okay.
That's about right. Okay, there you go.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's not the greatest, but this is better than trying to shift all those puzzle pieces
No,
around.
I appreciate it. I'd rather this than a slide puzzle. What is this Dichotomai?
Dichotomy.
Oh. Oh
That
my
is
god.
terrible. This guy's art
What-
sucks.
What's that Dichotomai?
Dichotomy?
Oh my god.
Chomai? Dichotomy? What the fuck?
Sounded like.
Alright.
Oh my god. Alright, let's do this rotated one.
Oh no, this is another one you're not gonna like.
Oh,
Oh,
this one's
there
not
we
so
go.
bad. Okay,
Yeah, because we know they're at least in the right places.
right.
This is a middle school picture.
It's not. It's not finishing for me. What did I miss up? Oh, this one. No.
It's probably somewhere in the center on
Oh,
the stomach.
yeah. There we go. Okay. And now.
And now for the sliced one. Oh, gross.
What's this?
This is a slider, but you have to move
Oh, okay.
entire things for it?
Interesting.
No! This sucks.
Thanks.
I
I
don't like
hate it.
Yeah, me too. Alright, well.
Ugh. Ugh.
No. And it goes across too. Oh, that blows.
Ugh. How are you supposed to? Oh, I see. But how? How?
With great pain and efficiency.
Wait, how do you go down though?
You'll have to move
All of
one
them.
of the rows
Oh.
all the way over, and yeah, that's the
Oh.
problem. It's one of those puzzles.
I didn't even know this was a thing.
It's not pleasant, I'll give it that. This poor kid having his whole face spliced because I can't get it all to work right.
My brain is broken on this one.
It's okay. Like, if you have to, try and collect them into a corner, and that might make it a little easier.
Hmm.
I say that like that made any sense.
There's a ducky that has little question marks that popped up for me. Does
If you
it
need
solve it for
hints.
me?
I don't know that it will.
Feeling stuck. Skip it. I can skip the puzzle.
It will let you do that?
Yes. It says this
I
puzzle seems really challenging. If you need help, I can use my rubber duck powers to skip it. Absolutely.
What a Chad. Oh my god, this duck.
I
Well,
skipped that puzzle.
I'll let you. I'm gonna try and finish it real quick.
good good luck. I I did not have the brain power for that one.
That is perfectly fine.
I
Like, let's be real. That
I
was
love the
hard.
ducky.
The duck is your new best friend.
Okay. Pictures done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... Yep, alright, I got it.
Nice.
Thank you. I love puzzles. God, I love these things. Anyway, so... Close. Do we actually... Okay, good. Now we get the actual photos.
Yeah,
So
there's
this
evidence now.
So 3 pictures were scrambled as part of his cousins. You've really assembled this one. For more info, inspect his art project. Okay. Cousin 1, cousin 2.
Do we have the art project or
It should have added it, I thought. Yes. It is in your inventory
oh,
or in your evidence. Whatever.
where's it at?
Right next to the picture of Chris and his fiance on the left.
Left. Oh, okay. That's horrifying.
Dichotomy? Bifurcation? Dude.
What is
All right, well.
bifurcation?
I don't have the exact wording. Hang on a second.
I will look it up. Bifurcation.
Division of something into 2 branches or parts.
Oh. So he split the photos?
Could be
Is
referring
this
to...
like an I am 14 and this is deep sort of thing? Or.
I mean, it could be that too, but considering we're doing the genealogy, could be the branching of the family,
Maybe.
I guess. He wasn't allowed to use...
Or they had a bycat. So.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's bycats. 100%.
A bycat furrian.
You know what? I prefer this one. Dichotomai.
I like Dichotomai.
Yeah. Let's see. So, art project had a Davy, who swims for Yukon, so we got his name automatically. Bethany with the yearbook photo, and then Stephanie, who is an only child, which is probably Stephanie Landon.
Okay.
That's my guess. But so, they are part of the other branches. That's all I can figure out.
So we're not sure where they go, though, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because those are the only ones that got back to him. But now it's a matter of finding out.
Well, everybody on the right's pretty much filled in, but... So a cousin would be... Again, with the family tree issue. So if he's here... Cousin would be on the same line, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I believe in your notebook, it has some of those little hints and tips. What does it say? He had to use his third cousins?
We know Stephanie's an only child, so of the line of folks, we've got 2 spots that could work as that.
Yeah, and then there's the fact that she has a child, but may not have given birth yet.
Who, Stephanie?
And yeah, Stephanie. And in
Oh, right.
particular, if other people on this line, there's only one with a spouse that allows a photo.
Yeah. So that's gotta be Stephanie then here. Underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guess too.
Stephanie Cattrall. Or Landon. Let me look at the...
Joan. Well, no, you're right. Yeah, let's go look at her advertisement real quick.
We figured out her original name, I thought.
Stephanie Jones. I know we don't. Okay, she had a unconventional family. This one was fun, actually. Okay, look her up.
Stephanie
Yep, you
Landon.
got it.
Yeah, Stephanie Landon. That was her original name.
And her mother's name, her mother, a local artist, has often come out opposed to the corporation's policies. So her mother is Carolyn. I think I know where this one's going, actually. Hang on. Politics, Stephanie Landon. So up above Stephanie, where Stephanie would go,
Mm-hmm.
it has split up, right?
Yes.
I believe the one on the right is her mom, Carolyn.
Uh, the one with the question mark?
Yes.
Right.
And it would fit because this is the Morden household, because someone up above was a housewife and she married James Morden, so everyone's a Morden here. I don't know what Carolyn looks like yet, but this means that Carolyn married somebody, had Stephanie.
Mm.
Oh, wait. If Stephanie Landon is her last name, then that means that the spouse would have the last name Landon.
But she was adopted?
She was adopted, but stay with me on this one.
Mm-hmm.
The only Landon that we have as the spouse who could, they could have a kid together would be Mark, it looks like. Don't have a photo yet.
With Carolyn?
With Carolyn, yes.
There's no photo for her spouse, so...
Yeah, so we won't have to worry about that. I'm going to put Brian Jones in for Stephanie's spouse. There we go. Now...
And she's what, a politician?
She's a politician, yeah.
Politics, okay. Still haven't gotten a lock in. So she grew up in a home without a father, with my mother and her partner. So more gays. No.
More gays, yes.
Essentially
more
had
gays.
a female influence. Would Carolyn be the adopted mother then?
No.
Are we sure?
No, Carolyn, I believe, is the blood relative that makes her connected to the Roottrees. She just is a distant cousin. So
okay.
Carolyn Morden would be her biological mom. However, she probably got adopted by her other mom. Just don't know who Carolyn got together with.
Mm.
I wonder if Carolyn Morden comes up. Heck yes!
Oh, were you searching?
Yeah, so it said Stephanie grew up in a home without a father. She mostly had female influences. Still under periodicals.
Carolyn Morden is associated with P-Flag.
Ha-ha!
That
so
makes
that
sense.
wasn't another hint.
Yeah. And you looked under periodicals for Carolyn as well?
Yep.
Okay, and I got the Atlanta statue JPEG. Okay.
Perfect. Let's see. You find a cover story about local art illustrations or installations, including one by Carolyn Morden. This isn't much about Carolyn as a person. This is mostly a listing of art in Bueller County. She seems to get top billing. Accompanying the story, there is an image of Carolyn standing beside a large metal sculpture of a mermaid. It is captioned, Carolyn standing next to her sculptor, Atlantis Burden. This sculpture is one of many works featured in her upcoming book, Self-Portrait, Art and the Beauty of Women. According to a quote further down, Atlantis's burden is meant to symbolize a society split by indecision over whether women should be equals or something to protect. The picture on the front has been added to your evidence. Let's see.
That's interesting.
I could appreciate her art. Let's see. Copy this. Look in public library.
I don't know that I like the statue, but okay.
Well, at least we kind of know what she looks like.
Yeah. Definitely
So you
looks
can
like
pull
one of
her.
those artsy types.
Yeah.
So we can put her picture in. And artist.
Yeah.
Yep. Well done. We got matches.
Yay!
We locked in Ernest, Carolyn, and Stephanie. We also locked in Jane, Louisa, Kim, Walter, Brian, and photos. Nice. So she's got another photo floating around somewhere then.
Probably in the family reunion, yeah.
So let's look up the book. Carolyn Morden. And the book title.
Self-portrait, colon, art and the beauty of women. Perfect.
Yep, published in 87. Dedicated to Eloise and Stephanie. I'm assuming then Eloise would
Is
be
her
the
partner,
wife.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me put
Mostly
that in.
black and white pictures of Carolyn's art. The centerpiece is a series of full-color nude self-portraits at different ages, stretching from 25 to 30. They certainly have not been added to
Rude?
Damn, the 90s, man.
Come on. Like,
Come on.
it's as an art game. Like,
Ugh.
we can see some boobs.
We could do some. Listen, there's.
I don't
some
even
vulgar
like
shit out there.
boobs, and they.
It's like, oh no, if we had boobs on this computer in the 90s, it would absolutely ruin the speed of this computer running. It would crash. We can't do it.
Oh no,
The
Carvin,
boobs will never fit on floppy drives.
you're allowed to show nudity, and if it's in the game and you don't linger on it. Like, it's part of the game, so.
One hopes. In the intro, Carolyn talks about influences. She was one of the youngest in her generation, and in her late teens, she felt betrayed when her sister Gwendolyn and cousin Bonnie gave up on dreams to settle for boring men.
Bon Bon!
Bon! She especially dislikes her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson, who she calls completely bogus. Oh my god. Their marriages led her to double down on her passions, art and environment. No wonder she turned out lesbian. All this shit that she's got to deal with, I would too. She even married a man who was the opposite of boring, which was an overcorrection. She comes out strongly against the Roottrees Company's effect on the local environment and rues how she was not able to convince her father, Zach, to make changes to policy. She also explains that her marriage to Mark led to the most volatile moments in her life, all negative, and that the only good thing he ever gave her was a daughter. Leaving them all behind for good has pushed her to pursue her true loves, art, and the beauty of women.
And we can't even witness it. Absolutely rude.
This is so fucking rude. Eloise doesn't even get like a full-ass name.
Honestly,
either.
it's because they're gay. They hate the gays.
They do. They can't stand the gays because they are not as happy as them. You know this. Well, okay, so I thought Chris would then have, the pictures of his cousins and whatnot, and Stephanie would have an extra, but I guess this isn't the same Stephanie, so I guess it's some other third cousins we gotta find out about.
Where do we put Mark, then?
Mark I figured out Stephanie Landon's last name came from Mark. So I just, on the spouse, oh, no. First spouse
That'd
is
be
Mark Landon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's where the daughter came from, okay.
Exactly.
And then Eloise goes...
there, because adopted.
Yeah. Okay.
A real parent adopts.
All right.
I mean, yeah, their parent. What?
Let's see. So,
Glow in the dark cat's better.
do what?
I'm reading Carvin's comments.
Oh. Oh no, because I could show the nudity in Baldur's Gate 3 with no issue. You just can't linger on it if it's like not part of the game kind of thing. Like if it's part of the game, it should be fine. I looked into it.
Yeah, you gotta like not make it into a big thing
Yeah,
sometimes.
exactly. You just can't linger on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, Twitch. I looked up Twitch TOS before I streamed Baldur's Gate to see if I could actually show that or not.
Conan Exiles, where you can just show full-on floppy dick. It's like, I'm sorry, what rating do we have? Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, if you're a partner, I guess it's probably a big deal. I don't know, but for little streamers, it
Probably
should be
bigger.
fine. There's always
Yeah.
different rules for people in the upper echelon. Let's see.
I already got hit with the whole like, oh, you're playing copyrighted music on this. It's like, yeah, because they put copyrighted music in the game Death Stranding. What do you want me to
Yeah,
do about it?
exactly. Yeah.
Ugh,
It is what it is. Like I'm not too fussed because I'm not making money off of this. Like if it was my livelihood, I'd be a lot more stringent over like music and stuff like that, which I get. That's why people have to be, because that's how they
Yeah.
make their bag. But I'm not making my bag this way, so I don't care if stuff's muted or not.
Fair enough.
I also don't censor my language that much when I'm talking about stuff on YouTube because it's like I don't care if it's monetized or not. So.
Mhm. Fair.
All right, so we've got her in. We still got a floating around picture somewhere for Carolyn. The evidence table is getting bigger. And we are starting to get to time, unfortunately.
Darn it.
Yeah. But we've made a lot of progress.
We really have.
Like, honestly, we did a good job this time around.
Da, 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 da. Okay, well, maybe that's not.
So we've got all of Carolyn. So who was Carolyn's sibling? Do we know this?
That part I don't know yet, but we're running out of them.
Yeah. The name would be, another Morden, right?
Yeah, you're right. There's like 3 spots left.
We've got a Gwendolyn Morden. That's the only Morden left when you type it in the name.
That mode makes sense. So Morden for Gwendolyn, because that'd be 2 daughters, and they take the last name Morden from Zach. But whoever Angelica married, they take that last name instead.
Because they take the
last name of the husband.
They take, yeah.
I had to reason through it.
Okay.
Now, this one I took a shot in the dark in because I was still focusing on the cousins in Chris Rafferty's art piece, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said that Dave and Bethany, who are siblings, he got their photos, so it would be Bethany's from her yearbook and Dave from university.
Right. Can we look up UConn?
UConn just tells me that he's a college student, so I'm just going to put down student college. Because UConn is probably like university. Yeah, University of Connecticut.
And Davy Kellogg 4th.
Oh, nice.
The Huskies. He came in 2nd, but that doesn't seem relevant. Okay.
No, but good choice. Because
And
that then tells us Davy the Fourth, which means that his father's probably David the Third.
do we have a David on here?
I mean, Davy is David.
Oh,
So David Kellogg the Fourth implies that his father's probably David Kellogg the Third.
right.
So with them being siblings, the only spot left that has two,
Would be underneath Angelica.
yes.
Okay.
So I'd say the last one on the far left, it's David the Fourth, far at the bottom.
Oh,
Because they would have to be on the same cousin level as Chris Rafferty.
right. Yeah, okay. And then the sibling is Bethany? Yeah.
Yeah, because it says she's the younger sibling, so she
Yeah.
should probably be
On
also
the
a
right.
student.
And David's a student too.
Yeah.
College?
Since she's younger, I'm gonna
K
go
through
with K to 12.
Okay.
And David, since he
He's
swims for
definitely
UConn,
college.
definitely college. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, let me snag his picture. And then Bethany, snag that photo. Daichotomai. Okay, got them in. Which means the parents must be Kellogg.
Yeah. Now, the other one, Stephanie Cattrall, or Chris said that the third cousin is an only child. So where on here do we have another only child?
Underneath Gwyneth Madsen.
Yeah, so let's put that there.
We're putting Stephanie there?
Yeah, Stephanie. There's a different Stephanie on here.
Ketchel?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have her photo?
We should. It's one of the scrambled ones,
Oh.
so it's the last one.
Yes.
And so she's in middle school in the background.
Stephanie, only child. Okay. So student K through 12 and photo. Yep. Well done. We snagged them.
Yay!
We've locked in Stephanie Kellogg, or Stephanie, David, and Bethany. Also got Mark, Eloise. Nice. Well, that'll be a perfect note to end on. On the phone, I said it owed you.
I said I owed you an explanation, but I can't reveal everything.
Can't reveal everything, not yet. Rude.
I'm sure this all seems like deception for deception's sake, so I'll try to explain why.
Okay.
It's true, I'm working with lawyers, but not the candy company lawyers, my publisher's lawyers. I'm on the verge of releasing a book, and it's not kind to the Roottrees.
Oh, it's a
Especially
tell-all
the liar
book.
in the 5 pieces. The truth often isn't. But with the plane crash, the publisher is rightfully worried it'll look like I'm making things up to exploit a tragedy. So they're doing their due diligence. That's why you're here. To be sure there's enough evidence for an expert to unearth the whole story. If I tell you the whole story now, we can't prove that. I hope you understand. That said, I can say that the work you're doing is very personal to me. To my story, one spot on the tree is more important than the rest.
Oh,
Like
okay,
you
so
noticed it. It's locked for now. I'll return one final time.
she's interested in the
after
locked
you
one.
fill it in.
So she's not gonna be back until we fill in the whole thing. Then.
Also, there are fewer
Yeah.
Roottrees left. In a sense, that makes it easier. Use process of elimination. It's also harder to verify when you're right. You'll need 4 blood relatives before they lock from here on out.
And now 4
I
per
don't have
each
any more
lock.
evidence for you.
Interesting.
But trust your intuition. If something has a high number, it's not a mistake. You're getting closer and closer to the truth. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Okay. Very cool.
How nice.
Yeah, I think we could probably finish it up next time.
Yeah.
What evidence have I got that I haven't looked at? Oh, it's this one.
Yeah, just the follow-up of what
Yeah.
else is happening.
Okay, cool. Alright, well,
Very
we'll end
nice.
here. Let me go ahead and save. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Carvin. And we should be good, I think, to play on Wednesday if you are, right?
I am.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
We'll be back on Wednesday then. Y'all have a great rest of
Yay.
your day.
Take care, everybody.